right, well, my name is Luke Sofinos. I'm the founder and CEO of CourseKey. We are an active learning platform. What we basically do is we enable teachers to tap into all the devices that people bring to class every day, their phones, their tablets, their laptops, and through those devices make classroom a much more interactive, exciting, engaging experience. And then on the back half of that, we pull all that data out, we present it in enterprise-style dashboards so the school can actually understand in real time how people are progressing versus waiting till the end of an academic term, cycle, quarter, semester. So the real problem is that physical learning environments have seriously evolved from chalkboards to PowerPoints in the last century, right? If you think about it, we have zero understanding of real-time performance in 2019. Schools don't look at how their teachers are performing. Schools don't really look at how their students are performing until the end of a cycle. It makes no sense. I, as a student, didn't know my final grade until 2 weeks after the semester was over and my teacher posted them, right? So by tapping into the devices that we all show up with every single day, again, our phones, tablets, or laptops, we can create a paper-free learning environment, and we can give school really interesting insights, give counselors really interesting insights that will enable them to act and hopefully retain, potentially at-risk students. Kind of talk through that. Outside of that, a lot of people don't realize many institutions that receive Title IV funding have significant regulatory challenges, right? This information is typically living in many systems across many different departments, and it's an absolute mess when it's time for audits. So when a Department of Ed comes in, when accreditors come in, and they need to look at all this information, they're literally going to all these different types of sources. So we can significantly help in that area as well. So CourseKey does really kind of three key things. We increase compliance for these Title IV schools that I'm talking about. We're basically collecting all this information in real time, time and attendance data, where schools are basically required through federal aid funding to track minutes associated with certain programs. You think of nursing, right? I go to a hospital, I have to achieve X amount of minutes at that site. We can automatically capture that. We increase efficiency, we auto-grade, we auto-score. We're completely eliminating paper in the classroom, which again in 2019 blows my mind that that's still a thing. And then we help them drive revenue as well, and I'll kind of talk about how we do that in a second. So the solution itself, there's kind of three key components to it. The first is we basically collect all your information, all your content, and we digitize that for you. To start, we do time and attendance. So we're the first kind of location-based platform. We have 2 patents on this. We actually use sound technology to ensure all the devices are in the room. So a teacher's device emits a high-frequency tone we can't hear. Our phones automatically pick that up. If you're on the other side of the wall, you can't check into class. So when we first started, we wanted to leverage devices. Teacher said, I'd love to, but how do I know everyone's here? That solves that problem. From there, you can push out assessments, surveys, quizzes, polls, activities, whatever. And we have a significant investment through Ingram, enabling our users to have access to 600,000 ebooks as well. Some social capabilities in there as well. I mentioned we pull all that information out, we present it visually, we show you at-risk learners, all while it's happening, not after the fact. So many of these analytics platforms are scraping LMSs, they're scraping SISs. Guess what? That data is old. How effective is that? We're looking at that at the end of a semester. And then we push that into reports, audits for your Title IV accreditors to come in and basically view. So the product, really quickly, create a fully digital paper-free environment, pull that data out, turn it into auditable reports. We're growing really fast, 90 plus campuses. We have significant backing from pretty prestigious investors. I'll get into that as well. Integrations and partnerships with all the major SISs and LMSs in a pretty big run rate pretty quickly. Some competition, I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with active learning, kind of with clicker technology that spawned that. We still see it very fragmented and really focusing more on the kind of the polling engagement side and not on the analytics, pulling this out, making it presentable, making it interesting. And then the audit side, there's SISs that are taking care of that, but again, it's all tied to manual data entry in most cases. So the team, I previously worked in venture capital. Kind of ironic, I dropped out of college with 1 class to go to join the Peter Thiel Fellowship. Have some awesome people. Natasha sold her company to Blackboard for $180 million. Tom Ford, former audit chair at International Ed Corporation. And then we're backed by the best of the best. We have Ingram, Entangled, BISC, and some of the Qualcomm leadership team as well. So we're on a mission to really enable institutions to understand real-time learning at scale. So we will become the operating system of physical environments and really enable institutions to understand how students are progressing in real time. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.